Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube channel of Get Set Law by IMS. I'm your mentor Sanjana Chauhan and today we shall be discussing important strategies to crack the logical reasoning section for CLAT 2025 for the last 50 days. Now firstly, I want my students to understand that critical reasoning or logical reasoning as is known in CLAT is a very technical area to learn. Having said that, it's important that you gain sufficient understanding of the different concepts coming under it. For example, you should be able to understand what an argument is. You should be able to dissect it into premises and conclusions to then be able to infer the assumptions. Apart from this, there are other important concepts under it. For example, you have inferences, you have paradox resolution, you have discrepancies, you have method of reasoning, evaluating the arguments, so on and so forth, right? So concept clarification first thing is key here. Now I've mentioned that critical reasoning is a very technical area to learn. So in that way, there are also certain rules using which we can eliminate the bad option choices, right? Through this, we can have a much smaller pool of options to choose from. Therefore, you should be able to learn to identify and eliminate incorrect options also. A common rule generally which is bandied about a lot is there are certain options which contain very extreme words or quantifiers, such as only, such as absolutely. In this way, we always tell the students to remain a little cautious about such options, as in do not blindly eliminate them, but maybe go back to the passage and verify if their existence is there. So this is just one rule using which you can eliminate the bad option choices, right? So learning to identify and eliminate incorrect options is also important. Understand that critical reasoning can be technical but also manageable with practice. Once you start practicing questions of a certain category on a daily basis, success there will automatically follow suit, right? Now, once you're done with concept clarification, I'd advise the students to perhaps solve questions under that category of questions, and post that something which will be very helpful is for the students to take a cursory look at the last 4 years question papers of CLAT under the critical reasoning section. So you need to acquaint yourself with CLAT standard questions as well. This way you will have a sufficient understanding of the categories of questions coming under the critical reasoning section, right? So start with previous year's questions to familiarize yourself and solve these questions after mastering concepts. This will really be helpful for the students to gain a solid understanding of the critical reasoning concepts as well. And then this goes without saying, start reading on a daily basis. Read about 4 to 6 articles from the newspapers, from editorials, from online websites, and this has to be, by the way, over and above the mocks and the sectional tests that you're taking, right? And learn to read within the allotted time, right? For example, within 5 to 6 minutes you should be able to read and understand the passage. When I say understand, you need to be able to retain the information and comprehend it as well, right? So time management is equally important. Now do not just stay limited to one genre of passage. You should add color to your reading, read about philosophy, read about literature, read about art, read about science and technology passages. This will help you acquaint yourself with different genres on a whole, right? And learn to understand the passages properly. If you do not understand it, you won't be able to infer information from the passages, right? And time management is also important. Solve section wise questions to improve timing and accuracy. Do take sectional, students. Sectionals really help you prepare well to solve, let's just say, about 20 to 24 questions within the said amount of time that you're supposed to solve the questions in. For example, for every 24 questions, you should not be devoting more than 30 to 35 minutes. This is as far as CLAT standard is concerned, right? Now, we already are aware that CLAT 2024 threw a surprise for the students in that under the critical reasoning or the logical reasoning section, we had a passage coming from decision making. Now, the CLAT consortium never stated that decision making is also something that will be appearing in the paper, and much to the shock and surprise of a lot of students, it was just there. And let's just say some questions were quite doable, they were catchable, but some were very decision making oriented, which the students had no knowledge about, and hence some students really lost marks there. So please familiarize yourself with decision making also, look into the theory of it, look into the rules pertaining to it, and solve a couple of sets from decision making as well to help you prepare for the exam in a more holistic manner, right? So yes, that's it about the session. I hope it was helpful. If you have any doubts, if you have any queries, feel free to reach out to any of the mentors from the Get Set Live Online team. We are here on any social media platform, so you can take a look at it. Thank you so much and have a great day.